You don't need to quit video games in order to improve your life, right? That might seem like a weird statement. Here's the thing, I completely believe it. I've been recording videos on repeat, steady, for weeks now. I've been doing DoorDash consistently. I've been in the gym. I've been eating well. I've been doing all the stuff that you're supposed to do for self improvement, right? And I still play video games till 3 a.m. with my woman. Shooting zombies. We made it to level 39 on the new Black Ops 6 map yesterday, and that was pretty exciting to me. I like games like Civilizations, Revolution or Revelation or whatever the heck it is, Call of Duties, just stuff like that. Um, but a lot of you guys are probably gamers. Most guys are, and I don't know. I've been in a lot of stages in my life where I was like, you know what, this is a lot of video gaming. Like, I should probably do other stuff. And so I just quit video gaming entirely. And, like, that's cool. Like, if you're at that point, cool. Quit video gaming entirely. But if you, like, don't really want to, and it's like you just want to get your life together a little bit, you don't necessarily need to stop it entirely, right? People think that, you need to completely get rid of something to step into something else, but that's just not the truth, right? So, basically, what needs to happen is you need to put some kind of rules down. Because if video games consume all of your free time and you want to use some of that free time for something else, maybe you say, okay, I can only play video games after I've recorded my video for the day if you're going to be a YouTuber. Or I can only play video games after I've done my workout for the day if you want to get into exercise. And you just like, I don't know, it almost incentivizes you to get your self-improvement done because then you get to go do the thing that you want to do, which is video games, right? That's like a pretty standard tactic for it, to work. I do the same thing, like if my woman's, working, I make sure that I'm doing my shit too. I gotta record my videos. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm very serious about it. If she's got a longer day of work, I'll go DoorDash because I gotta drive. There's a commute, so it's only worth it if I have a longer period of time. Otherwise, we'll just go together, and that works really well too. But the concept I'm trying to convey to you is basically you need some kind of rules and you need to follow them. And if you can do that, then you can just do your self improvement while you're still playing video games at the same time, right? Because the thing is, if you completely quit, but you really didn't want to, and you really like video games, what's going to happen is you're eventually just going to go back to video games and you're going to binge the crap out of it. And then you're going to quit your self improvement in the process because what you're doing is you're replacing one with the other rather than building one into your life and not getting rid of the other thing, right? So when you go back to video games, you'll just lose your whatever you're trying to improve, right? Your self-improvement routine. So that's my biggest argument. When I was, I was probably like 11. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop playing Xbox for Lent, right? We had to give up something. I don't remember what Lent is about in the Bible or whatever, what the churches use it for. But for some reason, they wanted us to give something up, right? And I was like, okay, cool. So I gave up my Xbox for a month, and it ended up bleeding into the next month, and the next month, and then the next month, because I just started doing things, you know what I mean? It was like summertime after that, I think it's around Easter, so it started getting nice out, and I would go and I'd play games with people outside, and we'd play like, pick up football, pick up baseball, and we just like play games, and I'd walk around the streets, chewing my sunflower seeds and spitting them out, thinking I was so cool, this little 12-year-old or whatever the heck I was. I don't know. It's good to have lots of things in your life. To not just say, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, but to allow yourself to do what you want. People are afraid to exist anymore, to have a personality, and you know what? It's fine for you to be one of those guys that likes video games, that's really competitive about it, that's really like into it and wants to do it all the time, but like if you're going to do that, you got to have some kind of structure and balance in your life. And if you're watching this, like you're one of those dudes that wants to have your shit together, right? You want to have your life in order. You want to have a decent physique, and maybe you want to have a woman in your life, almost certainly. Maybe you really need to get your finances up because you're sick of being broke and staying at your parents' house, and it just sucks, right? There's things to improve, There's things to chase. Everybody wants to chase something, right? They have some kind of future plan for where they want to be in 10 years or 20 years, or maybe just next month or the next year. Maybe you're really, really stuck and you need to get out of it, right? If that's the case, maybe drastic change is a little bit better, but like I said, getting rid of something entirely, if you're probably going to go back to it, usually isn't a very good solution, right? Unless it's something extremely unhealthy, then obviously, like, stopping and staying away is good. But let's be honest, you're not going to stop video games forever, right? Like, if you really like video games, you're probably going to go back to them at some point in your life. Once you have, your physique together, maybe you're going to be like, okay, well, now, I'm ripped and stuff, so, like, I'll play some video games, right? That's the thing. It's one of those habits that's like, it doesn't really go away because it's not that bad. It doesn't kill you to play, like, a couple of hours of video games, right? It's not going to hurt you that bad. But when it consumes your entire life, it does hurt you, right? So it's one of those things that you'll make excuses and whatever, but you're going to probably go back to playing video games at some point if you quit cold turkey and just, stop them entirely. So it's better to just be honest with yourself and allow yourself to have that in your life and set boundaries and rules and regulations on yourself. People think that freedom is something to be achieved or something that you really want. I don't think freedom even exists. And I live in America, which is kind of weird. It's weird to say that, but like, freedom is a chain in and of itself because it takes things to have freedom. It takes a lot of sacrifices to have freedom. And so it takes a cost, and you're a slave to those costs. Right? Does that make sense? So, like, if, let's say a woman, right? A woman wants to have the freedom, and she doesn't want to commit to a relationship. The cost is having a great relationship. So you're not actually free to have a relationship because you're stuck being single, right? You lose that. You lose that cost. So you're not free to just do whatever you want. The whole point of this is there's a cost to everything, and if you're going to quit so that you can have the freedom and open up your life to do other things, you're actually not that free, right? There's always a cost, and you're always going to be a slave to whatever you're chasing, right? Whatever you're trying to acquire, whatever you're trying to improve, whatever you're trying to change, all replaces something else. And so when you're doing this, when you're creating your habits, you want to make sure you're creating the habits that are like, they're there for the long term, and they're things that you actually want, right? Because, let's be honest, if the cost is video games, which are super fun and whatever, and you're going and you're going to wake up at 6 in the morning and start lifting weights, right? Which one sounds better long term? Staying up late and playing video games, or waking up early and hitting the gym? Probably the video games. And it's probably where you're going to end up eventually, because deep down you know that's what you actually want. So you got to create some kind of regulation. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to be real with yourself. And that is a better way to handle not quitting video games while you're trying self-improvement, while you're trying to get your physique together, get a woman, get your money up, get your whatever. It's a better way to handle it. People really need to start being honest with themselves. People are afraid to exist. People are afraid to express themselves and do things, and people are ashamed of whatever, playing video games all the time. A lot of dudes are ashamed of that. A lot of dudes don't feel good about playing video games. They get done and they're like, I just wasted like 6 hours, right? But the thing is, like, you can just own that. Be like, I just like slayed. I destroyed those zombies for 6 hours, dude. I was doing amazing. Like, I'm really good at video games, and you know what? That's cool. I had a lot of fun, and I like that. And if somebody, tries to crap on you for it, you're just like, up yours. I don't care. Like, I like video games. Shame on you for having fun with your life and actually enjoying yourself. Oh my gosh, that's the worst thing in the world, right? Well, they're, going to go home and they're going to not have fun. What's the real pain in that? One thing with self-improvement is a lot of guys just want to chase, but they never enjoy the sunrise, right? They never enjoy the process. There's a story with a farmer, right? And this guy walks by and he's in a suit and everything, and he sees the farmer just laying down, like staring up at the sun, enjoying his day. He's like, why aren't you working on your fields and plowing stuff? And like, yeah, I see that you have some stuff that you can plant and there's some open areas. And the farmer's like, why would I do that? He's like, well, then you can make more money, and then you can go on vacations, and then you can enjoy yourself. He's like, well, I'm enjoying myself right now. It's like, why would I need to do all that just so I can enjoy myself? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Chasing things is contradictory. However, it is good to get your stuff together. You know what I mean? Have a balanced life, get your stuff together. And I hope that, you can just be comfortable with yourself, man. Stop worrying about what other people are going to think, if you're playing a little bit of video games. Oh no, it's not the end of the world. You're going to be fine. You can get your stuff together, you can go to the gym, you can eat right, you can start matching people on Tinder in between your COD matches. It's that simple, dude. You just don't stress yourself out so much, because it's not that bad. Enjoy the process. Remember to be the farmer in the field and not the go busy business person that just like is empty inside and never enjoys the life that he's trying to build. Enjoy the process, enjoy yourself, enjoy life. It's okay. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.